Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a great day, and I have been very busy between episodes. There was a live stream, and I also did some off-camera grinding as well. I think we now have enough resources. Well, actually, I've got a bunch of nether brick smelting up over in our super smelter over there. But I think we have enough resources now that I won't run out before Regnum is finished. I think. It'll be close. I may need more netherrack at some point so I can smelt it in nether brick. But other than that, we should be good. I've got a bunch of red sandstone and a fair amount of granite as well. So I think we'll be okay. As for what needs to be done here, I need to do the market. I need to fill these spaces here with little vendor kiosks and stuff like that. I need to build some other just kind of general structures, you know, kind of more houses and stuff like this to fill some of these spaces. We got to build a temple, and I was kind of thinking that maybe this section right here will do something a little bit different. There's a couple options. I could do like a retaining wall, but I was thinking maybe like right here we'll just put some trees and stuff like that. Make this into kind of like a little park area or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But I'm hoping to get quite a lot done in today's episode. I've got a lot of different things on my to-do list, so I'm going to start building. I'll come back to you with a progress update once I've got something to show you. All right, guys, I am back, and the market is all finished up. I decided to tackle this first, and it's looking good. So before this last little cut, we had this stall, and that was it. I added stalls all the way around. They've all got different colored top banners and stuff like that, and they all sell mostly different things. There's a couple that are duplicates, but there's only so many things that I could think of and that were realistic to get done in a fairly short time. So this one is kind of like a candlestick maker. These barrels are filled. I'm going to pretend that this is wax because why not? We've got a little flower shop over here. This guy sells books. Another flower shop. I think there's like 3 flower shops. This one sells something. I just realized that I forgot to actually give this one something, but I think it's okay. Maybe we can say he sells, maybe this is a vacant stall that's not being used right now. This one sells mushrooms. This one sells whatever the leaves represent. Maybe this could be like vegetables or something like that. Over here, we've got potions. We've got TNT, because why not? This guy sells fish. I used a lot of barrels for water over here, and I think this actually looks pretty cool. The idea being that the fish would be in the water. Another flower shop, and then the 2 that were originally here. So the market is all done, and you know, from a distance, it definitely adds some color and some life to this kind of central area, which I think is really good. And it fills that space quite nicely. This central plaza now feels a lot more alive than it did before. You know, if we're coming in from here, you can see the colors don't really stand out from this angle because they're so thin. It's the carpets, but I think if I had to do it all over again, I would probably use wool blocks instead of the carpets. I don't know, like I'm torn. Wool is kind of one of those weird things in Minecraft where wool blocks are like too thick, but wool carpets are too thin. Like if there were wool slabs, you could make so many cool vendor stalls that would look just so much better. But unfortunately, wool slabs do not exist, so that's a thing. Anyway, so I think the next thing that I want to do is I want to build... Can I stick the landing? Yes, okay. I think I want to build a couple houses. So the temple, I've decided, the second temple is going to go right here. I've decided on that. That's going to be a thing. So I'm thinking we're going to put some houses in maybe here and here. And then I think that's a good start. We'll put houses in here and here and here. Yeah, that'll be a good start. And then we'll come back after that's done. All right, guys, I'm back and I've been doing some work. So we now have 1, 2, 3 houses built over here. These are brand new. And I've also built 1, 2, 3 houses right here that these are almost finished, but not quite. So the houses over here, I'm not going to go like super into detail about the houses. They're just like all the other buildings in Regnum. You guys have seen this a million times at this point, the design, the style. At this point, I just want to get structures in place and fill the space. But I do want to talk about something very briefly. Oh, did I thought I put the windows into these already. Maybe not. I guess not. I guess that's what I was working on. Whatever. Anyway, so a lot of you have told me that the download links for like my texture pack, the world download, all that kind of stuff are not working. The download links that I put in the description of videos for Kingdoms, and for that matter for all of my other series as well, anywhere where I have a download link, those links aren't working. And I looked into it. I thought, well, the files are still there. What's going on? And I did a bunch of research and all this other kind of stuff. Turns out that Dropbox, which is what I was using, and I wasn't using the free version of Dropbox. I was using one of the monthly subscription ones. I don't remember if I was on Dropbox Plus or Dropbox Business. Either way, I was using one of the monthly subscription fee versions of Dropbox, and I do that primarily because I want people to download stuff from me without going to a website where there's a bunch of like malicious, pop-ups and potentially bad things that'll give people viruses. Like, no, I'm not about that life. So I was using Dropbox because it's secure and it's, pretty straightforward. It's, a trustworthy source, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Turns out, though, that even on, like, the highest Dropbox subscription, there's a download limit for how much data can be downloaded from your Dropbox account. And it's like 200 gigabytes in a day, which sounds like a lot, but when you're someone in my position who has potentially, hundreds of people trying to download something, like, for example, say we hit episode 150 in Kingdoms, right? There's going to be a world download. If, like, 200 people download that world download, and considering the video will have obviously a lot more than 200 people watching it, like, that goes really quick. That goes really quick. That's not nearly as much as you might think. We need doors on these. Also, have I lit these up yet? No. Let's do that right now. That goes like super fast. That's really not that much space, especially when like a world download. I think the Hermitcraft season 4 world download was like 5 gigs. Like, and that was like one file. Like that would be like, yeah, that's 40 people that would be able to download that file from Dropbox before Dropbox then locks your account and freezes everything until you like respond to an email. And that's just ridiculous. That doesn't work for me. If I was using like the free version of Dropbox, okay, fair enough. But like, I'm paying a monthly subscription fee. I'm paying like $10 a month or $15 a month or something like that to use the service, and having a download limit, and for that matter, an online storage limit, even if it is a pretty significant amount, like that doesn't work for me. So I am in the process right now of switching all of my download files. Well, I'm probably not going to do all of them, but I'll do the important ones. Switching everything over to a different service called OpenDrive, which is, it's still a monthly fee that I'm going to be paying, but it's unlimited downloads and unlimited storage space and no limit on file size. It's basically unlimited everything. So I don't need to worry about how big the files are. I don't need to worry about how many people download the files or anything along those lines. And, yeah, now it's going to take me a while to get all my files transferred over because I have to download them all from Dropbox and then re-upload them, and it's just a tedious, time-consuming process. But I do have the most recent Kingdoms World download, the most recent Kingdoms Texture Pack download, and the Hermitcraft Texture Pack download available there. You can find links to the Kingdom stuff in the description of this video, and you can find links to the Hermitcraft texture pack in the descriptions of my more recent in my Hermitcraft videos. So that's a thing. I'm not going to go back and change the link in the description of the 2,000 videos I've made up to this point. Like, it's just not going to happen. There's no way to do it, you know, en masse, so to speak, with, you know, where I can just, like, do all of them at once. I'd have to individually go into every video and change the link, and I'm just like, I know that's not going to happen. It's not realistic. I'm a one-man team. I don't have the time to do that, but I will keep it updated going forward. The download link is now a direct download link. So you click the link and it downloads. It doesn't take you to an external page or anything like that where you have to click another button. You just instantly get the file download. And I think that's very good. So you'll see links in the description. It'll be like od dot something, blah, 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 blah. And it'll work for us, I think, and there you go. So yes, I have been reading your comments and feedback saying, hey, your download links are broken. I know, I've known for a while that they were. I just didn't know what the problem was or how to fix it. I figured it out like a day or two ago, and now I'm in the long and very boring process of moving all of my important download files over to OpenDrive instead of Dropbox, and I'm basically kissing Dropbox goodbye because the download limit thing is not going to work for me now or ever. And I don't want to use something like MediaFire or AdFly or anything like that because I want to keep people who are downloading things from my video descriptions. I want to keep them from getting malware or anything like that. I don't want to subject them to shadier sites that can cause problems, especially for people who are not super experienced with that sort of thing. I know, you know, sometimes you get like parents, for example, who are trying to download a world for their kid, and they're like, I don't know how this internet thing works, and it's that's a situation I'd like to avoid. So anyway, just wanted to address that because I know that quite a few of you have been asking about the download links not working, and I do have them fixed. As I said, you can check the description of this video or any video from here on out going forward, and we'll have updated links that will actually work now. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to get back to work. I've got obviously quite a bit more building to do here. Did I not put that in my offhand? I guess not. I do have a bit more building to do. I need to finish building these houses. I think I need to put some houses or something over in this space. I think this will probably be the next chunk that I work on right here. And then, yeah, oh man, I'm feeling it. Like I'm very motivated to finish Regnum, but man, the time requirement is really catching up with me. Like, man, oof, this is a pretty big project, and we're kind of in like a final push at this point, trying to get it done as quickly as we can in time for episode 150, which I have talked about a million times, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So anyway, let me get back to work. I'll be back with you in just a little bit. Okay, so I have the next batch of houses all done. There's 3 of them again. We've got one over here. This one up here has a little bit of a balcony sticking out, and then this one's just another real simple little bitty small house that has a porch leading up to it. None of them are super fancy, and once again, they're all very much like all the other houses in Regnum. So you guys kind of get the idea, but you can see how we're starting to kind of create varying heights and sort of a skyline. Skyline isn't really the right word, because when you think of a skyline, you think of stuff that really kind of stands out from a distance, and that's not really what we're getting here, but kind of creating a skyline to an extent, right? We're getting a variety of different houses and heights and shapes and stuff like that that kind of all blend together to give you the feel that this is kind of an immersive sort of city. Here we go. I can get up right here. Oh, I can get up right here. There we go. So you can kind of get a good view of it from over here running on top of the markets. There's a little bit of a parkour course. It's what it seems. But this is all new construction right here. We've got stuff. You can kind of still see the Colosseum in the background there. But all in all, everything is coming together. So I think the next thing I want to tackle is this area over hill. Well, kind of. This area over here, which happens to be a hill. And this is kind of a weird area. I don't think I actually want to build anything here. I think what I kind of want to try is putting down some trees. Oh, got a nice big one right there. That's actually quite nice. And good placement, too. Put down a couple of trees is what I'm thinking. We can get rid of these cobblestone blocks. We don't need to mark these out anymore. I'll have to come back here with some grass blocks and clean up a couple things once we're done here, but nonetheless, I'm thinking we just kind of want to make this into like a little, kind of like a park, honestly. We'll get rid of all these. These are no longer necessary. Go away. Okay, that's all good. I also am going to have to deal with all the torch spam and all this other kind of stuff in Regnum as well, but I think that's probably going to be an episode by itself. Not dealing with the torch spam, but basically like all the decorating, all the detail that has to be done around the city. Once we have all the structures in place, I think that's going to be something that will probably be tackled like as its own episode, honestly. Let's just plant a couple of different trees here. Maybe one there. We're just kind of getting some vegetation in here, just a little bit, right? Just to kind of bring this all together. Maybe like right there. Different heights, making not really a forest, because it's not going to be as big or as extravagant as that, but I want to get just a little bit in. We're going to go through quite a lot of bone meal to do this. I also really don't like that. This looks really derpy. So let's kind of... my axe has silk touch, I think, right? Yes. So let's do this. And then we'll kind of break some of these away, because I still want separation between the trees, right? Like I want you to look at this tree and realize that it's its own tree and it's separate from this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, cool. So we're kind of getting some trees and some life in here, right? As is the idea. Maybe we plant a tree here. Plant a tree here. Maybe one like right there. We don't want them, we just kind of want to spread them out. Not randomly, or at least not entirely randomly, but sort of randomly. Right? Just a bunch of trees and stuff in this area, I think, will actually look pretty good. There's another big tree. Maybe we plant a smaller one, like right here. Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then I think we need one, like, right about there. This is looking pretty good. A little one there. Definitely need some over in this area. So let's just plant a couple. Doesn't really matter what height they are. We want them to look like regular old Minecraft trees. Nothing super crazy or why you know grow. There we go. Nothing super out of the ordinary. Nothing that would look out of place in a Minecraft world. Come back. And we are ultimately going to want to come back and then clean up some of this. Like right here, we've got dirt. We don't want that to be dirt. We want that to be an oak log. And we got to fill in these holes and all this other kind of stuff. But let's just take a look at that. Now that we've done this, now that we've planted some trees here, let's just kind of take a look at this from up here. And let's just see. Yeah. You know what? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And maybe we can kind of continue that even a little bit. You know, maybe we plant a tree like right here. And a tree like right there. And then maybe one more right there. Ooh, that's a really big... That's way bigger than I wanted it to be. And it looks a little derpy. But, well, maybe not. Maybe that's okay. Right? I kind of like how it, like, hangs over the bathhouse a little bit. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I could maybe get behind that. Take a look at it from up here again. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. This is okay. And then we'll plant one more, like, right there. Just to do something. And actually, it means we need another one, like, right here. Which is also going to grow into another super big tree. So this is a little out of control. We may trim these up a little bit, but that's okay. The basic idea is there, and that's really what I'm most concerned with. What did I do with... I see what I did with my bed. It's on the statue from where I slept last, because I was trying to get a good look over there to see all this. Now, some of you I know will say, make custom trees. I don't enjoy making custom trees, and on top of that, I'm pretty bad at them. But I don't enjoy that type of building. It's just not really my thing. Maybe, I don't know. At some point, I'll probably try and do that, but now is not the time. Eventually, we'll get into some custom trees and stuff somewhere in some world, but last time I made a custom tree in this world, you all laughed at me. So now I'm never going to build one again. No, that's not entirely true, but yeah, custom trees, I'm not really very good at them, and I don't really enjoy making them either. So I think this is fine for now. Let's try and get a little bit of grass and some oak logs and see if we can just kind of clean it up a little bit for now. I'll worry about trimming it a little bit off camera if that's something that I decide needs to be done. Let's see, oak is here. Let's just grab a stack of that. For now, I'm just going to put this other stuff away like... Oh, wait, this chest. There we go. There we go. No! Stop with the accidental rotatiness. Okay, there we go. Much better. Wow. I'm trying to move at, like... My brain is moving faster than my body is allowing me to actually... Like, I don't have... Like, they talk about hand-eye coordination. Right now, I'm lacking, like, brain-hand coordination or something. I don't know. Either way, let's try and clean this up a little bit. So we'll put like an oak log here. Basically, any of these that are kind of on the side of a hill, we want it to look like they're going all the way down, right? We don't want this dirt block underneath. So we're just going to kind of come in here, and any of these that have... Ooh. Let's just do that. I know I'm wasting a little bit of oak wood, but whatever. I don't care that much. It's 3 oak blocks. I can go get more if I need it. So I think that's all fine. We do need to fill in these grass blocks that we removed, which is where the cobblestone was, like so. And I think that was pretty much it. I think all the rest of the cobblestone was sitting on top, except for like one right over here. Yeah, I think that seems pretty solid. And then what we'll probably do is bring a row of grass along the road, at least until it comes to about here, and then maybe like right here, we'll kind of bring it out just a little bit, just to kind of, you know, make that look a little bit more natural. But I think this seems pretty good. This seems, you know, it's just a way to add a little bit of interest to this area. And this is an area that would be very hard to build on because it's at such a weird angle. It's very, very steep. And basically the whole thing is very, very steep. And I did want the Colosseum up on a hill. So I do kind of like the idea of having an area over here that has a bunch of trees and stuff like that. I thought that would actually be kind of cool. I will probably, looking at this, I am going to have to trim it up a little bit. We're going to have to peel this tree, you know, just kind of tone it back just a little bit with a couple of these trees, and I think that's fine. The other question is, how is it going to look from outside the city because you will be able to see, yeah, you can see the very top of a couple of the trees. Nothing that I'm overly concerned with there. Yeah, you know what? This is fine. Just a simple little decoration to kind of bring this part of the city, you know, a little bit of natural beauty, so to speak. But it's time for us to jump into the comment of the day. I am almost out of time for this episode, so let's jump into this. Today's comment is from Marshall Sigmund, and he says, "Kingdoms will be done as we know it." I'm going to take a wild guess and say you're going to add some minor medieval type mods to refresh the look and feel of Kingdoms. It'll add new features but won't drastically change the game. And I will say that Marshall was not the only person to guess that mods are being added to Kingdoms when episode 150 comes. There was several people who were like, oh, are you going to make it modded? Are you going to add mods? You should add mods. Don't add mods. Lots of people mentioning mods when episode 150 comes. And what I will say, I'm not going to say what's going to happen, but I will say that Kingdoms is my single-player vanilla series. That is its purpose. This is my single-player vanilla world, and I'm not going to change that. This will continue to always be my single-player vanilla world. Kingdoms will always be that series. That's its whole point. I have modded series if I want to do mods, like I'm doing Sprout right now, for example, and enjoying it very much. My modded series are where I play with mods. For that matter, Hermitcraft is my multiplayer vanilla series. That's where I play on servers with other people. That's the purpose of those series. The purpose of Kingdoms is that it's my vanilla single-player world, and it always will be. So, what I will say, mods are not something that I'm going to add. The only mods that will ever be a part of this world are Optifine and the replay mod, if I can ever get it to work properly. And honestly, I'm probably not ever going to be using Optifine either, or the replay mod either, because it requires Forge, and Forge does weird things to vanilla worlds, i.e., as a perfect example, this chest, this is a slab right here. This chest opens just fine. If I added Forge, these chests would no longer open. So all the chests in my storage room would no longer open because Forge modifies some of the vanilla behavior in regards to chests and slabs. It can also do some weird things to redstone. Like generally you don't want to make a world, a vanilla world, and then change it to Forge, and then change it back to vanilla, and then change it to Forge, and it can cause a lot of problems. So I don't plan to do that. Optifine I do use and I do love, but other than that, I have no intention of ever adding game-changing mods. That's maybe not even the best description. Mods that add content or mods that add features. The only mod I ever plan on using is Optifine and potentially the replay mod, but that's only used for YouTube time lapses, basically. So anyway, guys, I am very much out of time for this episode. This has been like 8 hours of building at this point. We did so much today. This market is all finished off. We got these trees built. We got houses built over here. We got houses built over there. I mean, it's crazy to think that at the beginning of this episode, the only thing, this was not done. These were not done. These were not done. These were not done. This was not done. So now, at this point, the only spaces left in Regnum that we still have to fill are that one and that one. We already know that a temple's going to go here. I already know that there's going to be some sort of barracks or military building that goes over here. Regnum is so close to done, and I'm so happy about that. That means that we'll be able to build those probably in the next episode. That'll be episode 148. Do all the decorative stuff, the landscaping, the smaller detail work to really kind of bring the city to life. We'll be able to do that in episode 149. And then episode 150 will be a world tour and download. And then we get some cool stuff happening. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, including updated download links for both the world download and the texture pack. So check those out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.